My name is Pankaj Dhume, and I am the president of the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce of Greater Houston. I bring you greetings from this chamber to all the members, executive committee, the dignitaries, and the guests who are all gathered here today for the annual fellowship night. The Houston Chamber and the Pune Chamber have a long history. We signed our first memorandum of understanding about 12 years ago. And with many communications and other projects along the way, resulted in a delegation, a business delegation from Houston to Pune and Mumbai. There were several business meetings that were conducted in Pune and Houston. The CEO of Harris County, Houston as a city is part of Harris County. The CEO of Harris County was part of this delegation, and the delegation met with many corporate companies in India. This resulted in Mahindra & Mahindra establishing their corporate headquarters in the US in Houston. And it has been a success, both for Mahindra & Mahindra and Houston. One of the two initiatives of the Houston Chamber this year is focused on education. And as you know, in India, there is a transformation happening and a relocation of millions of people from the farmland who are moving towards Tier 3 and Tier 2 cities. This large population is in need of vocational training. And the business opportunity that we are looking for is how do we provide vocational training, which is very good and available here in the US, to these people in India. In Houston, we have the Houston Community College, which is the fourth largest community college in the United States, and it is very good at vocational training. So we are looking for a partner or business opportunity where the Houston Community College can provide vocational training to the people in India. I myself was the chairman of the Pune Executive Committee in 2009, and I know many of the current executive committee members as well as the past committee members very well. So I'm glad to see Ranjit as the current chairman. I've worked with him in the past, and I look forward to a successful future for our two chambers working together. Have a great evening.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jagdeep Ahluwalia. I am a founding member of the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce of Greater Houston, which I currently serve as Executive Director. I have with me the incoming President of the Chamber, Sanjay Rambhadran, Matthew Schuyler, the Head of the Mayor's International Trade Development Council for the City of Houston, and Genaro Pena, Vice President with the Greater Houston Partnership. We are pleased to be sending this message to the members of IACC Pune, with whom we have had a long-term relationship, and we are proud to be part of this collaboration between our two organizations and our two cities.
Our chamber was founded in 1999, and we have an over 10-year relationship with IACC India when your then National President R. Veeramani and our President Ashok Shah signed an MOU. We have been attending your Indo-US Economic Summit ever since you started hosting them and sending speakers. I have had the privilege of moderating a session on contract manufacturing in 2007. And in 2004, Vivek Menon and Sanjay Rambhadran, both members of the Indo-American Chamber of Greater Houston, represented us at the Infrastructure Summit. And I'm proud to state that Sanjay will be taking over as president of the chamber next year. I would like to present Sanjay Rambhadran, the incoming president of the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to be joining you in Pune via video from Houston. I'm Sanjay Rambhadran. As Jagdeep had mentioned, I had the privilege of speaking to the Indo-US Infrastructure Summit in New Delhi. And following that summit, we had the privilege of facilitating an infrastructure delegation to Los Angeles, Houston, and Washington, D.C. We were able to facilitate meetings for the delegation with the Los Angeles World Airports, the City of LA, the transit system, and right here in Houston with the Port of Houston, the City of Houston, and also the Houston Airport system. We had several prominent members of that infrastructure delegation, including state chief secretaries and upper management from Larson & Toubro, GMR, and GVK. In fact, we had facilitated behind-the-scenes tour of the Houston Intercontinental Airport before GMR and GVK went on to have successful expansions at the Bombay and Delhi airports. We then took the delegation to Washington, D.C. to meet up with Indian Cabinet Minister delegation with Cabinet Minister Praful Patel and also with the then Secretary of Transportation for the United States, Norman Mineta.
Over the last several months, we've had an ongoing dialogue between the leadership of our two organizations. In fact, I was in Pune for one of these meetings earlier this year. Recognizing the interests and benefits, we are today stepping into a new era of collaboration between our two organizations by joining you live at our annual fellowship night and reaching out to your members and starting a dialogue to discuss bilateral opportunities between our two cities.
Houston is home to over 120,000 Indian Americans and a vibrant city that's welcoming of professionals and businessmen. We are the energy capital of the world, and the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce of Greater Houston has two major initiatives, energy and education. You heard Pankaj talk in detail about our education initiative, and as the incoming president, I'm committed to carrying on these initiatives in the years to come. We have with us two very important resource partners who will be elaborating on the sectors that offer tremendous opportunities in Houston, and also how the city and the Greater Houston Partnership can help you in Pune leverage these opportunities. We are first joined by Matthew Schuyler, who heads up Houston Mayor Anice Parker's Office of International Trade and Development. I've had the pleasure of serving as a past chair of MITDC for South Asia, and Jagdeep serves as the current chair of MITDC for South Asia. Over to Matthew Schuyler.
Hello, my name is Matt Shaler, and as Sanjay said, I head the Office of International Trade and Development, reporting to Mayor Anice Parker. For the last 7 years, and for 2 mayors, I've supported the Office of International Trade's development initiatives around the world. We build on the relationships that Houston already has in place to increase trade and opportunity. We support local companies that have an interest in investing abroad and doing business. We also welcome companies that are interested in investing in the Houston area, find a good home and a warm welcome here in Houston. I also coordinate the 7 Mayors International Trade and Development Councils. As you've heard, Jagdeep is currently our chair, and Sanjay is a past chair. Houston, got its start as an international city. We are, in fact, where the rail meets the sea, and we're a very global city, but it's not just because we have the 3rd most diverse metropolitan population of any major U.S. city. It's not just because we have the 3rd largest consular corps. It's not also because our leading international sectors are in fact extremely global in their day-to-day business. It's because from top down, from mayor to everyday citizen, we get that Houston's business, Houston's economic well-being is really plugged into the global economy, and we're here to welcome more of those exchanges as much as possible. I'd like to convey to you Mayor Anice Parker's warmest greetings and accompany that with a rather insistent invitation on her part that we see all of you in Houston in the near future. If to the extent that we can be a support to you in finding a home here and making the best of your visit in the United States, we'd be honored to do so. So I'd like to congratulate you on a successful conference. Thank you for your time and welcome you to Houston. Look forward to seeing you here. Thank you.
Hello, good evening. My name is Genaro Peña, Vice President of International Investment and Trade for the Greater Houston Partnership. I'd like to share some insights as to why we believe Houston is the best place for you to capitalize on key markets in the U.S. and in the Americas. The Greater Houston Partnership serves as the primary Chamber of Commerce, World Trade Center, and Economic Development Organization for the Greater Houston region, 4th largest city in the United States. Our organization works hand in hand with the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce of Greater Houston, with the City of Houston, and with many other business organizations to promote investment and trade opportunities in Houston. Our population of over 6 million citizens generates a gross area product of nearly $400 billion annually. This makes Houston one of the top economic engines in the world. If Houston was a sovereign nation, it would be the 19th strongest economy on the globe. And it was recently named the most cost-competitive city in the world by PricewaterhouseCoopers. Houston's major industrial sectors tie our economy to markets around the world. Here's an example. Trade. We are a major trade hub centrally located between the U.S. East and West coasts. We're located on the Gulf Coast of the United States. Our prime location is anchored by the Port of Houston, the #1 port in the U.S. for foreign tonnage, and a huge driver of jobs and economic activity. Houston's international airports provide access to nearly 200 destinations worldwide. Some of them are very close to India, and all of which make our city very accessible to you. Our economy is driven by several industrial sectors. First of all, aviation and aerospace. Houston is the top aerospace market as the home of NASA in the United States and many other aerospace companies. Healthcare for Houston equals biotechnology, nanotechnology, and life science. The Texas Medical Center is the largest concentration of medical technology research and patient care facilities in the world. Energy. It's hard to say Houston without talking about energy. It's home to nearly 4,000 energy-related businesses. Such a high concentration of companies forms a critical mass that yields exciting business opportunities for Houston and for foreign companies in both the hydrocarbon and renewable sectors. Engineering. Perhaps the best indicator of Houston's able workforce is the fact that we employ more engineers per capita than the rest of the United States combined. It's very simple. If your company needs top-notch engineering talent, you need to be in Houston. Houston, for the 6th year in a row, is ranked the #1 manufacturing city in the United States, with nearly 150,000 professionals employed in manufacturing jobs throughout the Houston area. And finally, logistics. Houston is a gateway for trade to Mexico, Canada, and all the expanding markets of Latin America. In fact, our geographic advantages and proximity to major metropolitan centers throughout the U.S. and the Western Hemisphere make it an ideal venue to set up manufacturing and logistics facilities. We look forward to welcoming you to Houston to see for yourself what makes this great market work for businesses like yours. We thank you for your time, and we hope to see you soon.
While our key initiatives are energy and education, you can see there is a tremendous potential for trade and business relationships with Houston, Texas, and the city of Pune and India. On behalf of the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce, Sanjay and I and Pankaj would like to thank the city of Houston, Matt Schuyler for making the time to be here, the Greater Houston Partnership, and Genaro Peña for making the time to be with us. IACCGH, with our partners at the city and the partnership, can help facilitate the development of meaningful business relationships. This has been a continuation of a dialogue which we initiated in the years past, and our hope is to take this dialogue to the next level. We are now open for questions and answers. Thank you.